And so when the Prophet ﷺ, every morning and every evening, he would make this dua, one of, for me personally, my favorite dua, my favorite supplication. And this supplication reminds us of the meaning of Ar-Rabb. He says, Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum. O Allah, the ever-living, the one upon whom everything depends. Birahmatika astaghith. I seek help and refuge in your mercy. Aslih li sha'ni kullah. Fix all of my affairs. Wala takilni ila nafsi tarfat ayn. And don't leave me to myself. Don't let me look after myself for the blink of an eye. Every morning and every evening he would say these words. Because truly this is what it means to be a Rabb. If you are a murabbi and you have a child, you don't want to let your child worry about anything for the blink of an eye. Your child comes, cries to you, they're hungry. You want to give them food straight away, anything. Your child comes, they want the latest toy, you want to give them the latest toy because you don't want them to feel upset even for the blink of an eye. Sometimes you watch your child going through difficulty. You watch them climb up and you know they're going to fall, but you know they need to fall so that they learn next time not to climb up again. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as Rabb, there is not a moment in our lifetime except that He is looking after us. يُدَبِّرُ الْأُمُورِ. He manages all of our affairs. We have the illusion that people manage our affairs. I want an airplane ticket, I call the travel agent. My child needs to go to school, I call the head teacher. I need medicine, I call the pharmacist. We have this illusion that these are the people that look after us. So when they let us down, we are really angry. When the pharmacist one day is too busy for us. The barbers are all closed, or they do a bad job. Or we lose our job and our boss doesn't give us our payslip. We are so invested in this idea that people are the ones managing our affairs. People are the ones serving us. We get pulled into this imaginary world where human beings are all powerful, such that when one of them falls, one of them disappoints us, one of them breaks away, we feel brokenhearted. How could it happen? My teacher let me down. My driving instructor didn't show up. Just when you trust them the most, they didn't do good. That chef gave me food poisoning. Right? When in reality, ubudiyah, to be a abd of Allah, really and truly, is that you see all of these people as middlemen. The ultimate one who gives and takes and tests and harms and benefits is the Rabb. He is the true ultimate manager, the ultimate one looking after our affairs, testing us, challenging us, giving us, taking from us. And when someone comes to you, your car breaks down in the middle of the motorway, you don't see this as a mistake of your mechanic, you see this as your Rabb has given you this situation. This is what ubudiyah is about. True ubudiyah is to see things as they truly are. To not see the illusion, to not see the picture, the false image that people are the ones managing the world around us, but to see the true reality, which is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala manages everything. The good, the bad, and everything in between. In the Quran, when the prophets speak to Allah, they always, most of the time, if not all the time, they address Him with His name, Ar-Rabb. What does Zakaria alayhi salam say? رَبِّ لَا تَذَرْنِي فَرْدًا وَأَنْتَ خَيْرُ الْوَارِثِينَ. My Rabb, you look after me in every way. Don't leave me alone, and you are the one who gives the best following generations. Rabb. Now there's something interesting in this ayah. Who can tell me? If you want to say my Rabb, how would you say it in Arabic? Rabbi. With a ya at the end, right? Rabbi. But in this ayah, what does he say? Rabbi. What's the difference? Kasra. What happened to the ya? What happened to the Rabbi? Where's the ya gone? It's gone. It's missing. This is one of the beautiful, subtle things in the Quran. Sometimes you will find the Prophet saying Rabbi, and sometimes you will find them saying Rabbi. Why? There's a pattern. There's a reason. Allah doesn't remove a letter or add a letter except He has a reason. Next time you read the Quran, look every time you see Rabb. Is it Rabbi or Rabbi. In moments of desperation, the prophets say, Rabbi. They are so desperate to call upon Allah, they don't have the time to add the ya at the end and stretch it for 2 harakas. No time. رَبِّ لَا تَذَرْنِي فَرْدًا وَأَنْتَ خَيْرُ الْوَارِثِينَ. You have to understand, this is not a man who didn't have a child for 6 months. And then he tried IVF, went to the NHS, went to a private doctor, then he's saying, come on Allah, what's going on? This is not that kind of a man. This man waited nearly a century. And he reached a level of desperation that he said, Rabbi. And he removed the ya. When you see Rabbi in the Quran without the ya, it's in a moment of desperation, difficulty. Sorry? In that moment. Yeah? It's the heat of the moment. What does Musa alayhi salam say? He reaches Madian. He's got nobody, nowhere to look, nowhere to hide, no job, nothing. Rabbi inni lima anzalta ilayya min khayrin faqir. Oh Allah, I am in need, desperate need for anything you give me. Give me anything. I'll be happy. And so when you read the Quran, notice this point about the name Rabb. There is a way to call your Rabb in moments of desperation. 999, SOS. And there's a moment to call Allah when there's no urgency. 111. You'll be there with the questionnaire for a long time. Do you have heat? Do you have a fever? Do you have arm pain? Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. But 999, within 3 seconds you get a yes? What's the problem? Yes? Rabbi without the ya is a 999. Mahdhufa al-ya. And Rabbi is the 111. Good analogy. وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can never be compared to an analogy. But what you note is that the prophets were calling their Rabb in their good times and in their bad times. When they were squeezed and when life was easy. And this Allah mentions in the end in Surah Al-Anbiya. إِنَّهُمْ كَانُوا يُسَارِعُونَ فِي الْخَيْرَاتِ. These prophets were competing in doing good. وَيَدْعُونَنَا رَغَبًا وَرَهَبًا. And they called upon us in fear and in hope. وَكَانُوا لَنَا خَاشِعِينَ. And they were humble in front of me. If you understood what and who is your Rabb, there is never a moment in your life when you would be alone. There would never be a situation in your life when you would feel too squeezed. Because the word Rabbana and Rabbi would be always on your lips. Look at the life of the prophets in the Quran. Every turn and twist in their life, they say the word Rabbana, Rabbi, Rabbi, in constant conversation with Allah. Constantly talking to Allah. Because the health of any relationship is determined by communication. I love my parents. But if I call my father after 5 days and I say, Father, Baba, I was missing you. He says, yes, Habib, you're missing me. Why didn't you call me then? Really, you are missing me? If I go for a trip, I call my wife. After 10 days, I'm not speaking to her. And say, I was missing you. She says, of course you are missing me. I have 0 missed calls from you. Clearly you are missing me. Yeah, the health of every relationship is dependent upon communication. And so if we know our Rabb, and we are attached to our Rabb, because He Rabbana, Rabbi, my Lord. And He addresses us by saying, Abdi, my slave. It's 2 ways. And in fact, it is at that moment in time when one really thinks that Allah would abandon us, He says, Abdi. Imagine, when does a parent say to their child, I don't want to ever see your face again, get out of my house. It takes a lot.